Walking down these empty streets, echoes of the past I meet. Lost and wandering for so long, searching for where I belong. Sunrise breaking through the night, guiding me back to the light. Every step feels like a prayer, promises hang in the air. Come back home, heal your heart, where the love never parts. Come back home, find your peace. In this place, your pain will cease. Memories of laughter and tears, answers to my deepest fears. In these walls I find my truth, washing away the years. Ruth, oh, the road was long and rough, but my spirit's had enough. Here in the sanctuary, healing feels extraordinary. Come back home, heal your heart, where the love never parts. Come back home, find your peace. In this place, your pain will cease. Oh, the road was long and rough, but my spirit's had
Good
enough.
morning. What's up, everybody? Welcome to your new day. Welcome to a new day. It's Tuesday. Welcome to a new day. Welcome to a new day, y'all. A new you. What decision you're going to make today? I tell you every morning, yesterday was history. And tomorrow's a mystery, man. All you got is right now. And the question is what you're going to do with it. Good morning, everybody. Welcome to the Dear Brother podcast, man, and welcome to a brand new day in your life. I got a half-hour show today, and I want to get right into it. I want to talk about confidence today and unshakable confidence. But good morning, man. I hope everybody's evening went well. I hope that you woke up today with something on your heart to do and to be. I hope you are confident today. I hope that you feel well today. I hope that you believe in yourself today. I want to let you know that I'm very proud of you all. I'm very proud of you this morning. Look, some of you went to sleep last night saying, man, I don't know about tomorrow. And here you are in tomorrow. You know how many things we say that we don't know how we're going to make it, and then we wind up making it. Or how many times we said, man, it's time to quit, and you didn't quit, and here you are still hanging in there. I know my own life, man, there's been time after time where I believed, man, it was all over. You know, things were going to just fall apart. You say, man, this is it. And then time goes on and you make it anyway. And so I am very, very glad that I think making it is what causes us to be here today. And then making it through rough times gives us a story. It gives us a story of how we came over, you know, how we made it through. And it builds your confidence in yourself. I got a half-hour show for you guys this morning. Happy Tuesday morning. Let's get right into it. I want to talk about unshakable confidence today. I want to talk about unshakable confidence. I think that we have a confidence problem amongst men. I think that we do have a confidence problem. You know, we see all kinds of things happening in the world. And I wonder if men had more confidence with some of these things happen. I wonder how many violent acts happen because of lack of confidence. I think sometimes we misconstrue this stuff with being tough. You know, we misconstrue this stuff with guys who are being tough or guys who are hanging in there. Or, you know, when we talk about stuff like I'm 10 toes down in the dirt, you know, we have these conversations. And the truth of the matter is that all of us hurt. All of us have been disappointed. And the truth is, it's a vulnerability that I think that we all need. You know, if you're ever going to heal as a man, there is a definite challenge to your confidence, but there is a also resilience, man, that you get when you are trying to make it through life. And so I want to say to you, man, I'm proud of you. I don't even know what you've been through, but I know that you're here today, and I'm very confident. You know, some of you guys have made it through rough things, man. Your story would blow the minds of people. You know, because as men, we're also secret sufferers. You know, we'll go through some things, man. You know, our face might crumble up a little bit, but, you know, we say, man, I'm all right. You know, and I think that a lot of times that all right, it really covers that something is broken, man. Something didn't go right. Something fell apart. And so I want to talk about unshakable confidence today. I want to talk about what that means to us. Unshakable confidence, how to stay strong. You know, how to stay strong when life doesn't go your way. You know, it makes me laugh, man, because I think that I know for sure what happens, you know, or in me when life didn't go my way. You know, and I think that there can be an immature approach to life not going your way, or you can have a very a mature approach to life not going your way. You know, but life, when life throws you off, man, you never know. You know, people say, man, I don't know how, you know, I know how I would act if this happened to me. You don't know how you would act until something happens to you. And you can feel well prepared as a man. You know, you can feel well prepared as a man for life. You can feel well prepared for marriage. You can feel well prepared for children. And, you know, and stuff just happens, man, that throws off your confidence. Question is, what do you do? And that's what I want to address this morning. We are 6 minutes in. 6 minutes in. That means I have 24 minutes for this show today. And I know, I know that it feels like I'm a rush, but I'm not. But you know, dad still has to get baby to school. So we're going to get through it today. I want to talk about unshakable confidence and how to stay strong, man. How to stay strong when life doesn't go your way. You know, first of all, let's define confidence and what confidence even is. Confidence is the standing firm when things fall apart. That's what confidence is, standing firm when things fall apart. And I think that's the key. That's the key. How do I stand when things fall apart? Anybody can hold it together. You know, you can hold it together. You can act like you got it together. But what are you going to do when things fall apart? And I guarantee you, listen, they will. That's part of life. Part of life is things not going the way you expected them to go. You know, but 10% of life is what happens to you. 90% of life is how you handle it. I'm say it again, man. You got to hold on to this. 10% of life is what happens to you, brother. You know, 90% is how you handle it. How are you handling what happens? You know, and when things happen to you, it doesn't say you're cursed. It doesn't say you're a bad person. Life just happens. You know, the scripture says time and chance happen to everybody. You know, I think that we misconstrue that thought to think that bad times happen to bad people. No, a bad time can hit. You can have a great life, treat people well and everything, but a bad time can hit you. And when bad times hit men, the thing it hits the most is your confidence, right? It hits your confidence. A man who doesn't believe in himself, right? When a man doesn't believe in himself, it leaves a whole space and time in trouble because every man is assigned to protect, to provide, to love, to care, right? And when your confidence is shaking, everything around you gets shaken with that confidence, right? So I want to talk, there's three things that often happen to us as men. Three things that often break, right? When our confidence is messed up. And I think the first thing that breaks or what breaks our confidence rather, is fear of failure and rejection. You know, failure and rejection. A lot of us guys fall apart because of failure and rejection. It's a tough space to be rejected. You know, it's a tough space to be rejected. It's a tough space when you think that you're acceptable or you think you got it together or you think you did everything right. And somehow rejection happens or your plan falls apart. It can break you. It can break your confidence. It's a setback. And sometimes that setback is in career. Some of you have setbacks in career, relationships, family, right? You got setback sometimes in your parenting. And the question to you is, what do you do then? What do you do then? Do you still believe? Do you still believe in your ability? Right? Because when your confidence gets shaken, you got to still remember, this is the biggest thing that'll help you when your confidence is broken. One of the biggest things that'll help you when your confidence is broken is to remember your original intent. Remember how you wanted it. Remember how you saw it. See, every one of us has a vision for our life. Every one of us have a vision. We don't all have it clear, but every one of us has a vision for your life. And if you didn't know, I'm telling you this morning, you have a vision for your life, right? And you don't have to see it yet. I know people say, man, well, how, Christian, what you talking about? How in the world I got a vision I can't see? What a vision you can't see in your life is called purpose. It was upon you before you were born. Why? Because you weren't born to be a problem, brother. You were born to solve one. That's what your life is about. Your life is you are here to solve a problem. And I think when confidence is broken, it starts to make you feel like you're a problem, right? And when men start feeling like they're a problem, either we isolate and get away from everybody, right? Sometimes we have certain men, certain of us lash out when we feel rejected or we feel like we failed, right? Some of us just go silent. Some of us have an addiction, right? That's what confidence, that's what the breaking of confidence does. And again, this can happen in all types of places in our life, career, family, all kinds of places, right? And what it happens, it leads you, with broken confidence, it leads you to question your ability, right? That's what happens when your confidence is broken. It leaves you to question, was I right? Was I wrong? It can leave you in a spin cycle, right? Or whether I'm doing everything right, or man, I tried real hard. You ever try real hard at something and it just don't work out right? Right? But you got to see that that's not you being a failure. Sometimes that's part of life. And sometimes, and also there's times in your life where failure is there to help shape you into the person you really need to be. Right? Failure has a job in your life, and it's not to crush you, it's to shape you. Oh man. Failure has a job in your life, and it's not to crush you, it's to shape you. You got to understand that failure is part of success, right? But the thing you got to realize is that just because you failed, don't let that break your confidence. Don't let it break your confidence. Rejection and failure can break your man's confidence, right? It can. And a lot of you guys grew up feeling rejected. That's why it's been hard for you to get on your feet, even in your adulthood. See, this is a vulnerable moment. This is vulnerable. This is vulnerable teaching. This is vulnerable for you to even dive into what I'm saying as a man, right? But sometimes we don't want to look back and say, man, my confidence was broken when my parents said this, or my confidence was broken when my sibling said this, right? A lot of our adult pain comes from childhood spaces, man. A lot of your adult pain comes from when you were a child, what somebody said to you. Somebody didn't believe in you, right? You got to be willing to look at that and stop calling yourself a failure today. You're not a failure, man. You're not a failure, right? But you can't accept that just because one thing happened to you that your life is done. No, your life is not done. You are being shaped for a better place. Now, I want you to perceive it that way. I want you to perceive that you're being shaped. I'm being shaped, right? Don't throw it all away. It's not time to throw it away when things start. It's not time to throw your marriage away, man. It's not time to think, oh, I'm a bad parent, right? Understand this, bro. Confidence comes from hanging in there. That's where confidence comes from. And confidence comes from hanging in there when things are shaky and things are not right. But you got to believe, not in your mind. See, this is the thing. You got to believe not in your mind, but in your soul. Well, Christian, what's my soul? My soul is my mind, my will, and my emotions, right? Not just in my brain. My brain can lose a thought, but my soul holds on to it, right? It's the deeper part of you that holds on when things aren't going so right, right? But understand, again, confidence. I want to define confidence again. Confidence is standing firm when storms arise. It's believing in your strength, right? You have strength. You have strength. It's believing in your strength, right? And when things are not going so right, it's also believing, it's trusting the path, even when you don't know where it's going. It's trusting, it's being able to walk in the dark. You want to meet a man? A man is a man who can walk in the dark and feel his way. Excuse me. Excuse me. That's what a man is. It's being able to feel your way. Man, my coughing took me out of there it is. Huh? You got to be able to feel your way. Don't think that this guy, you see certain people succeed and it's like, oh, that's the man. No. Can you walk with there's no light and there's no financial support? They were talking about manhood now, man. Can you walk when nobody's supporting you and nobody's applauding you? Because I'm going to tell you, if you can't succeed without support, you will fold later on in life. You got to be your support sometime. And we're talking about manhood, right? You got to be your support. You got to believe that what you first intended is for you, right? Because that's what happens too, right? That thought in your mind starts to say, well, maybe it's not for me. No, it's for you, bro. You're worthy of it. You're worthy of it, but you got to reclaim your confidence, right? Don't throw it away. You were sure of yourself at one time, right? Because listen, guys, anybody can start. I'm going to say that anybody can start. Anybody can start a thing. It's easy to start a thing. It's easy to start a business. It's easy to start a relationship. It is very easy to start. The question is how much gut, how much manhood do you have to finish it even against odds? Let me see who's in the chat. Good morning, Kev. Good morning, Kevin Furlow. Good morning, my brother. Good morning, Yolanda. Yes, you hear what I'm saying? It is the lack of confidence. Same thing. When you see this violence in the street, it's not that these guys are tough. It's a lack of confidence, right? That's what happens out of lack of confidence. When you start to lack confidence, you start to lash out at people. You start not to be. You start to what's the word I'm looking for? You really start to. Sometimes you mean to people, right? Let's get down to it. When you lack confidence, nothing around you looks good, right? But that's why you got to grab a hold of it again, because it's the same thing the enemy did to Adam in the garden. He wanted Adam to lack confidence, right? Because Adam had confidence. He had this great garden. Everything was together. He felt good about himself. But you got to know, when you're feeling confident, an attack is coming to shake that confidence, because a man with confidence is a dangerous man. A man with confidence is more dangerous than a man with a gun. A man with confidence is greater than a man who can flaunt his wealth. A man with confidence, he believes in himself. He believes in his God. He believes in his ability. He believes in his ability to lead his family. He believes in his ability to raise his children. That's a dangerous man. That's a dangerous man, right? Because the confident man, listen, he can get anything he wants in life because he believes in himself enough not to fold. He believes he could been 10 toes down in the dirt. He's going to take care of his family. He's going to take care of his future. That's a confident man is dangerous, man. And see, everybody these days, why? Because instant gratification has been the war against men. I just want it now, right? Confidence don't come now. Confidence builds over time. It builds when you didn't quit. It builds when you didn't fold. It builds when you're broke and you figure out what to do with $10. Right? I've been there. Some of you have been there. Some of you guys have been there. Some of you ladies on here have been there. Right? I've been so poor where literally I had to, I can't stand gift cards, right? But there's been times people, and the reason I can't stand them is because I lose them. Right. So it's like throwing money in the trash. You give me a gift card, it's like throwing money in the trash, because a lot of times I wind up losing them. There was maybe 2 years ago when I was very, very, very poor, very, very, very struggling real bad. I was looking and I would find these gift cards randomly. It was like an act of God that helped me. Right. And in those moments when I was so broke and I was trying to feed my kids and trying to pay the bills and trying to get through things, do you know that finding those gift cards and trying to say, okay, here's a $50 gift card. How do I feed my kids for a week? How do I go shop and feed my kids for this week with this $50? There was part of me that was like, God, I don't want to live like this. But part of it built my confidence. You know what it told me? Christian, you can do it. You can do anything, man. You can figure out how to live off a gift card. You can take care of your kids. You can get them to school and back, right? On a quarter tank of gas. I've been through that. I've been through having to say, how am I going to make it home? How am I going to feed these kids? How am I going to continue? These things build you as a man. Don't fold when these things happen. Figure it out. Figure it out, right? Not because you're tough, not because you're the man, not because you're him, but because you're confident, right? I was telling somebody the story the other day when I was homeless, right? And I sat there and I'm sitting in this car and I said, all right, God, and this was my thought, teach me how to be homeless. You taught me how to listen. Whew. Lord, man, how much time I got left? Oh, I got 9 minutes. I told God, I said, you taught me how to travel the world and minister to people. You taught me how to counsel people. You taught me how to care. You taught me everything. You taught me international evangelism. You taught me. Nobody taught me these things. I would go into a country, you would teach me. And so I said, God, if you taught me how to do international ministry and you taught me how to plant churches and you taught me how to take care of my kids, then teach me how to be homeless. Teach me what it is to sit here in solace, right? And accept my position. Even though I can't, this is tough and I don't understand it. Teach me how to accept it. You know what that did? It built my confidence. It built my confidence. It built my confidence not only in God, it built my confidence in me that I'm able. That's what struggles do for you, bro. They teach you that you're able. That's why you accept hard times, man. Embrace hard times. And instead of trying to figure out a way out of hard times, figure out what to do in hard times. I guarantee you, you will come out of there brilliant. Right? Because there's some things in you don't know you have, and only struggle will teach you those things. It will build unshakable confidence. Let me see who's in the chat. Goodness gracious, I got to get out of here. All right. Good morning. Oh, man. Good morning, man. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. My guy, man. Good morning, my brother. Let me see. I love that. A confident man is powerful. Yes, a confident man is powerful. He's able to do anything. Let me see. Wow. God, teach me how to be. Yes, teach me how to be. Teach me how to be when I don't have. Teach me how to be when things are cracking. Teach me how to be, right? Teach me how to go back. This is the thing. Oh, goodness, I got it. Teach me how to go back to when I first believed in me, right? Teach me how to go back further than the negative words that broke me. Teach me how to go beyond the thing that hurt me, the thing that tried to crack my confidence. That's what you got to do as a man. You got to journey back and journey over the hill. Woo. You got to journey over the hill of what happened to you. You got to journey over the hill of what happened to you, back to before it happened. What did you think about yourself then? What did you think about yourself before things start hurting? What did you think about yourself before negative words begin to challenge you? What did you think before? What did you think about yourself before you lost your job? Right? Before the divorce, before the tough time, before your brokest day, who were you? That's really who you are. You're not your challenge. You are who you were before the challenge came. Oh my God, you are. You are who you were before the challenge. Don't let the challenge define you, man. And don't let the challenge take your confidence down. You got to fight for your confidence. Your confidence is the lifeblood of your future. It is what will make you go forward when things are looking blurry, right? It's your confidence, man, right? Another thing that breaks a man's confidence is unmet expectations, right? Unmet expectations breaks confidence, right? When you put too much on your back as a man. I know I do it. I do it often. I put too much on my back and I can't keep up with everything that's going on. And you know what I start saying? I'm a failure. Am I really a failure? No. You know what I did? I put too much on my back. As a man, brother, you can't take everything on your back. You can't. I know you want to. I know you want to be a fixer. I know you want to be strong. I know you want to hold your family. But sometimes, bro, you need a nap. Sometimes you need to take a walk and get away from everything. Why? To build your confidence, to think through your struggle, to think through who you are and push forward into your future. The next thing, another thing that breaks a man's confidence is comparing himself to other people. I teach about this often, right? Don't envy another man's garden because you might not be able to stand the weeds that's in there. You understand? Don't envy another man's garden. You might not be able to stand the weeds. Comparison kills. Don't compare yourself to anybody else. You have your own road, your own journey. You have your own rules. You have your own regulations. You're your own man. Why? You can stay in your field. You can deal with the snakes in your field. You might not be able to deal with the ones in the other field. Live in yours. Yours is great. And don't look at somebody else's and say, I wish mine was that way, right? Yours is going to be the way it is, and it's going to be perfect for you. Don't throw away your confidence, man. The next thing that breaks a man's confidence is lack of support or lack of validation. What does that mean? That means don't be around people who don't believe in what you're trying to do as a man. Don't submit yourself to people that do not believe. Don't submit yourself to people, because this is a problem I think we have as men. We have a problem trying to prove everything. Oh, I'm gonna prove to them. You don't have to prove anything to anybody who don't believe in you, because even if you do it, they won't believe in you. You understand, gentlemen? Don't do that to yourself. Don't do that to yourself. I'm gonna prove something, bro. If you prove something, you know what they're gonna say? Oh, he cheated. See, somebody who doesn't want to give you someone who doesn't want to give you credit won't give you credit no matter what. So the only thing you can do trying to prove yourself is hurt yourself. Right? The only thing you can do is prove. Why, Christian, why does proving myself hurt myself? Because you start going faster than you need to. You start trying to do more than you can. You start trying to do more than what you're ready for, trying to prove something to somebody else. You have nothing to prove to anybody, my brother. When you're trying to prove, it will break your confidence, because you might not be able to live up to everything you put on your back. Lastly, the last thing that breaks a man's confidence is when a physical and financial struggle. Now, what am I talking about? Physical and financial struggle. You know why? Because I've been there. I've been on a dialysis machine. It broke my confidence. I was 37 years old. Sitting on a dialysis machine 3 days a week, watching my body fall apart. Right, my physical body, and it was like, man, you ever look at yourself, man? I don't have the strength I used to, I don't have and that starts to wear on a man's confidence, right? When he's not as strong as he used to, he's not as sharp as he used to be. It starts to wear on your confidence. You know what that is? Understand this: as you get older, your strength is not just in your strength or in your muscles, right? Your strength turns into wisdom. Is how you think. Right? As you get older as a man, it's not about what you can push and pull. It's about what you can influence with your thinking, with your wisdom, with your mouth. That's the strength of a man. And some of you guys that are getting older, right? You're saying, man, I ain't got it no more. I can't do this. I can't do that. The question is, you got to watch yourself move into greater levels of strength. There's different levels of strength, right? I wouldn't want a young man's strength right now. I wouldn't want a young man's strength. Right? At my age, I want to be able to look at those young men and have strength and give them wisdom on top of their strength. That's what they don't have. They got strength, but they don't know where to go. As an older man, I know where to go. So I know how to tell them what to do with their strength. Right? And some of us wish we had that growing up. We wish we had people. I'm not on YouTube right now, Jess. Wait a minute. Oh, no. Wait a minute. Let me see what I did. Let me see. I'm sorry, Jess. Let me see. Oh, no. Did I do? No. I think this is on. Oh, goodness gracious, y'all. I'm sorry. I think that I'm on the Dear Sister podcast. Oh, Christian Witters. It's too early in the morning. I really do think I'm on the Dear Sister podcast right now. Live on YouTube. I think I am. Let me see. But my show is over. Goodness gracious. I thank God for this podcast. It's helping me to understand men on a whole different level. I made many mistakes in life. I'm thanking God for wisdom and knowledge. Oh, man. Thank you, sister. Thank you, sister. Man, thank you for being here. Jess, I'm sorry, sister. I think that on YouTube I can see. Oh, I am on YouTube? Okay. Okay. But is it Dear Sister Podcast, Tamika, or am I on a Dear Brother podcast? Let me know. The crazy thing is that my show is over and it's 6:30 and I have to go. But let me go through these again, guys, real quick. Dear Sister. Okay, I'm on Dear Sister. That's the problem, Jess. Jessica Clark. I'm on Dear Sister Podcast. Isn't that ridiculous? I'm gonna be posting. I have to post this on Dear Brother, but at least the sisters on on the Dear Sister Podcast. You're learning something about men and confidence. I'm glad you're getting this. You know why? Because let me put up Yolanda's comment again. I thank God for this podcast. It's helping me to understand men on a whole nother level. Yes, my lady told me this would happen, y'all. I made many mistakes in life. I'm thanking God for wisdom, knowledge. Yes, this is the thing. This is the thing. The reason I was teaching at a conference Saturday morning, and it was one group of people, right? It was men and women in there together. And the conference coordinator was going to split the men off in one room and split the women off in another room. And I was sitting there and I leaned over to Tamika and I said, they should mix the crew. They should keep the ladies and the men together, because I think that when you split women over here and men over there, they don't hear each other's struggles. They don't hear what goes on in women and men's life. They don't hear the battle, right? And so I think that we should mix them together. And I didn't say that to the coordinator, but the coordinator got up there like 15 minutes later and said, "You know what? I think we're gonna mix the room together." And I just smiled. And I stood up there as a man, and I was able to teach principles about manhood, even though there were women in the room, and the women were sucked into it, right? Because why? Women need to understand men, and men need to understand women. This whole separate thing of us trying to guess what to do. No, I think that we need to come together more. That's why I have the Dear Brother podcast and the Dear Sister podcast. And the other day, y'all saw me mix them both together, right? Because men need to understand women, right? Because that's what happens on the internet. When you see all these stupid shows that's like pinning men against women and pinning women against men, that's because we're allowing the enemy to play on our misunderstanding of each other, right? And so I'm kind of glad I made this mistake this morning, and I'm gonna leave it right on the Dear Sister podcast, because then, sisters, y'all can understand that sometimes y'all think men don't break, and men we break. We lack confidence. And some of you who have husbands and things like that, or boyfriends, I think this is the kind of lesson that will teach you what breaks a man's confidence. And let me go over them again. What breaks men's confidence? Failure and rejection, experiencing setbacks in career, relationship, personal goals, unmet expectations, putting too much on his back that he can't fulfill, no matter how bad he wants to. Right? Men want to do a lot. We want to fix a lot, and sometimes when we can't, right, it breaks our confidence that we couldn't. Right? Comparing ourselves to others, right? When you look around and say, man, I wish I had this, or I wish I could take care of my family this way or that way. I've been there. I wish I could do this, right? And it comes to try to check your confidence. Sisters, I think the good thing about this lesson is you know how to lift your man up, right? Number 4, lack of support will break a man's confidence, right? You got to speak into his life. Let him know. Dream, baby, dream. You got it. You can do it. You don't realize, ladies, how much it means when you say to a man, baby, you can do it. You're able, right? It's brilliant. And number 5, physical or financial struggles, right? Like I told y'all, when I was on dialysis, things was falling apart. When I was running around trying to feed my kids with gift cards, my confidence was falling apart. But the thing is, I fought it. Instead of looking at myself like, look at you taking yourself, that's what the enemy does. Look at you taking care of your kids with gift cards. Look at you, everything falling apart. The truth was, it was a better way to look at it. And the better way to look at it was to say, look at you. You're finding a way to make it even when things ain't right. That's manhood. That's manhood. I want to say I'm proud of y'all today. I got to get out of here. It's 6:34. I got to go wake my baby up and get her ready for school. I'm sorry I wasn't on the Dear Brother podcast, but the whole thing is on the Dear Sister podcast. I will upload it and put it on the Dear Brother podcast for this morning. But hey, y'all, I love you. Always remember, y'all, you matter today, right? Yesterday is history. Tomorrow's a mystery. And all you got is right now, my friends. What you going to do with it? No fear, no shame, no compromise. I'll see y'all in the morning. Now make sure I'm on the right YouTube. I'm out of here. Peace.